Well, hey, welcome everyone to another episode of Rise Together. Today, for the first time ever, we're really excited to have a health and wellness specialist on the show. Colleen Palte is a regional director for health and wellness in Region 21, which, if I recall, you just said Kentucky, Ohio, and
Indiana.
Indiana, that's right. Lots of stores, over 100 stores in those three areas. Colleen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to share my Walmart story.
Well, I know we're excited to hear about it. This is the first time we've had the opportunity to talk with someone in the health and wellness, and there's so many exciting things happening right now with health and wellness that individuals can find and see with a lot of different changes from the way we do care, the store, the way we do our new pharmacy, all kinds of things. So I'm excited just to have you on the show and hear about your story and the things that you've experienced. So yeah, tell us about that. Tell us your Walmart story, Colleen.
So I began with Walmart back in 1999 as a staff pharmacist in Findlay, Ohio, and I spent several years as a staff pharmacist. Then I took a position as a pharmacy manager in Ottawa, Ohio. And then I became a pharmacy district manager, which was the title way back when. And I spent around 13 years in that position, changed titles several times, but I basically had responsibility for pharmacy and optical for around 13 years. And most recently, I've been promoted to a health and wellness regional director, which now I have responsibility for Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. And I have 10 market directors that work for me. So that's kind of my work history. I also spent 2 years working on a special project at the home office with a group of individuals that worked through our pharmacy scheduling system called workforce management. And I spent time rolling out our S3G program, and I traveled back and forth from Ohio to Arkansas, our home office, and spent about a year doing that and about a year implementing the program in my own market and working out some of the bugs and piloting things. So that was probably one of the highlights of my career, kind of changed my thought process. I got to spend time at the home office, always been a field operator, and then got to see the behind the scenes, so to speak, at the home office for about 2 years, and then came back to the field.
That's awesome, man. You hit so many things that I now want to talk about. I want to hear about all of those fun things. So what was the highlight? You said the highlight was those 2 years working on that project, and it really, because it opened your eyes. What were some of those things that did open your eyes when you were at home office, or I'm assuming probably the museum, those kind of things? What are some
Absolutely. So I think, when you're a field operator and you're working in the stores, we work for the customers and the associates in our store. So our Walmart world sometimes is as big as the store that we work in, that we operate in, that we service our patients and our customers. And when I got the opportunity to go to the home office, I got to meet associates from all over the United States, not only in the United States, but outside of the United States. I got fully embedded in the Walmart culture. Like you mentioned the museum, you mentioned, we got to do things, see things that Sam Walton put together, learn more about his culture and more about the whole life of Walmart. And we live that every day as associates in the field. But when you get the opportunity to go to the home office, it makes it real. And to be able to bring that back to the field when I came back to the field as a field operator was probably one of the most exciting things. Just changed my total outlook of how I operated. Made sense. Some things that we put out by the home office, we kind of shake our head in the field and go, why would we ever do that? And it explained a lot of whys. We don't always put out everything perfect the first time, and we understand that. But amazing to see what work goes on behind the scenes.
Sure. You're exactly right. Maybe it's not always polished when it comes out, but that's because of how big we are and how fast we go. I'm continually just shocked because I do a lot of work with different people outside of work on my day job and other corporations. And the speed in which Walmart works I was really actually thinking about this just a little while ago, coming into this call going, it's just fast. And I'll send an email and you'll get a response because that's really quickly. And if not, it's because it's going through other dialogue, other chains. And so you're exactly right. I think that's interesting because we put things out quick and we need to see change happen quick with what we're doing as we move forward. So what are some of those, when you launched that program? I'm not familiar with it very well on my end, but I'm sure that it changed different things in health and wellness. What are some of the things that you've heard in response to just the changes in health and wellness over the last, I guess, 20 years?
Health and wellness, when I started with Walmart, health and wellness has changed tremendously. When I started 20 years ago, we used what's it called? An answering machine. I can't even think of what it's called. We don't use them anymore. We used an answering machine in the pharmacy for you to leave your prescription numbers on overnight as a patient. And now the amount of automation and digitalization of our world has tremendously advanced, and we are continuing to advance that, as we'll see some upcoming and exciting things over the course of the next probably 6 to 9 months that will really revolutionize where we are as far as Walmart pharmacy. But what we are today for pharmacy and optical for Walmart, we have point of care testing now that we didn't have 20 years ago, meaning that you can come in and have your blood glucose checked, your blood pressure, your BMI. We do all of these things rolled up into our Walmart Wellness Day event, which our next one is on July 20th. Our vision centers are also very working towards further digital advancements, but today we offer a great line of eye care. And the crazy thing about it is that there's so many patients that use our Walmart pharmacy and customers that use our Walmart stores that don't realize that we have a Walmart Vision Center. And we have a doctor of optometry here on site that can help our patients and our customers. So it's a really exciting time to be part of Walmart Health and Wellness, and the change that we're going to see over the 6 to 9 months coming up is going to be amazing.
You know, the vision has been simple for quite a long time. We want to help people save money so they can in turn live better. And you're literally talking about live better in every single capacity. I mean, you're talking about it from a pharmacy standpoint. And like you said, now total care of the customer, I know, is one of our passions as we move forward. So you brought up Health and Wellness Day. So definitely want to give another shout out to that. You need to check your local Walmart, because all of them will be going on the same day, where we will be providing some free opportunities from just basic checkup things, as well as information on all the other things that we offer. And so that's happening in your Walmart.
As well as immunizations, which obviously right now is huge in the news. There's tons of reasonings around the positivity for immunizations. And what I would just encourage people to do is, if it's something that may be something that you may not be comfortable with, but reaching out to your pharmacist on Walmart Wellness Day to gain educational materials. Even if it's not an immunization that you're interested in getting that day, but just the ability to have educational materials and to be able to talk to your pharmacist about what immunizations may be right for you, maybe right for your family members. And it's all about education. And we can provide a wide range of immunizations at each of our Walmart stores based on local and state regulations.
That's awesome. And you're exactly right. Each individual Walmart will be able to have the accurate information for your area. And so check that out. You talked about the Vision Center, and we're over here. I'm in Oklahoma, and we are like one of the handful, if not even less than handful, of states that do not have optometry in our stores. But it's exciting to see that and hear about that. Again, total care for the customer and all of their needs. I mean, talk about express pharmacy. I mean, has that changed the game for us, where the customer
Absolutely.
can come in and do that really quickly?
Absolutely. So that's taken some wait time away from the customer and the patient and giving that time back to them. Walmart.com, we have an app. I'm not sure how many of our patients and customers use Walmart.com, but Walmart.com and Walmart app, that is fully integrated into the pharmacy, and you can do a tremendous amount of transactions through there, from getting medical expense reports to refilling prescriptions to understanding what your medications look like as far as which have refills, which do not. So that has really also digitalized our pharmacy world that we live in today. And Express Pay is one of those options when you use the Walmart app to be able to be more efficient at our pickup. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I was able to get my refills done through it, and like you said, able to show up, use my Walmart Pay, and it's all right there, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So, because
One swipe.
Go ahead.
One swipe and then you're all
Oh,
there.
yeah, one swipe. Like, because when you're picking up prescriptions, honestly, it's probably for a reason that you need it in a hurry. And so don't you already are stressed. And so to see Walmart taking a little bit off of that is pretty awesome. So what are some big ticket? I mean, I bet you've met a lot of really interesting people. You and I were talking about some training that wellness area has just gone through with another organization. And I'm just curious, what are some great leadership tips, moments that you've kind of experienced and or have seen, heard here recently that you could share with us?
From a leadership perspective, our health and wellness group spent some time recently down at Disney Institute and looking at how we can not necessarily reinvent the customer experience, but maybe re-engage, because at the end of the day, the most important aspect of our business is our patients and our customers. And to be able to offer the type of care that we need to for the best patient outcome. So in that week that we spent learning about that, I thought about and reflected about that on me as a leader. In my role today, I'm not necessarily on the front lines of patient care because I lead a group of market directors, pharmacists, vision center managers that actually have the front line position to impact patient care.
Sure.
But as a leader, how do I empower my associates to be able to do that? And so that's the key. So it's empowering my associates. And one of the best leadership tips that I've ever gotten is, in order to be an effective leader, you have to be an active listener. So you need to make sure that you listen, that you ask the questions to understand the root cause of whatever situation you may be in or whatever success you're celebrating, but being an active listener. That for me has really been my number one leadership learn, as well as to be an engaging leader. Sometimes you have to know that it's your time to follow. So you have to take sometimes a step back and let someone else lead, knowing that you're fully responsible for the end result, but allowing someone else to spread their wings and kind of step back and say, wow, I was part of that. Now look where they are. So really, as I sum this up, I think active listening is my number one leadership tidbit that I would share with people, is to take some time to just pause and listen. Listen, learn, and lead.
That's awesome. That's good stuff right there, because you're exactly right. When we listen, we are active participants in the conversation to engage individuals in that way. And you even started going towards asking good questions, which isn't saying we're trying to talk. We just want to make sure we ask great questions to continue to hear the answers and hear the things, not that we just not necessarily need, but also to help them process through it themselves, right? Like, we learn so much better when we have to think through the situation and things that we're going through. So that's a great leadership tip. I appreciate that. And I loved at the beginning of that, you talked about not reinventing, but just revisiting and rekindling some of that customer experience and service that we have been known for years. And we want to just make sure we've revisited that in a way that puts us back into that frame where, are we providing incredible customer experiences for a customer in our stores? And I love that we're doing that on the health and wellness side specifically. So listening, asking great questions, and just continuing that conversation. You also talked about stepping back and letting others kind of step into that lead role, which is a conversation we have at the Academy a lot when it comes to delegating, because we often assume delegating is just telling them something and then we don't do anything with it. And that's delegation, like, go get it done. But great leadership and great delegation is where there's a constant conversation where we're listening to what's going on, what they're needing, because at the end, we want to set them up for success. So, man, I applaud both those in a huge way from the Academy standpoint. So thank you. So our big final question we always ask everyone is the spark. What does the spark, the Walmart spark, mean to you and your health and wellness friends?
The Walmart spark. So I thought about this, and there's so much that I think about when you say, what about the Walmart spark? And for me, the Walmart spark, I'm proud to work for Walmart. And even though some folks may not understand all that Good Works Walmart does, and they want to focus on what they think is negative and what we've done, for me, the spark is watching associates that I've been able to be a part of their success and watching them promote beyond where they originally started. That is, and gives me more energy than anything else in my Walmart career, as well as from a health and wellness perspective, being able to step back and understand that as a corporation, we have taken a stance that we are going to disrupt healthcare in the United States, and we are going to work towards making healthcare affordable for all Americans. And that's amazing. And so every day when I think about, okay, I have to get up and go to work today, and some days I get up and I'm energized and that spark is there, and some days I'm like, oh no, I'm going back to work again today. And then I think about, but I'm part of an organization that's going to disrupt healthcare for every American, and I'm proud to do that. And then I think about the folks that I've had a hand in promoting and watching them go forward and becoming things that maybe when we started they didn't believe was possible. And so for those two pieces, from an internal piece of associate engagement, empowerment, and excitement, and then from the piece of being part of an organization that's going to disrupt healthcare for the United States, I'm excited to work for Walmart, and that's my spark.
Man, that you got me fired up. I'm excited over here. That's great to hear, and I'm sure you are an incredible just manager director that would be awesome to work with and for. So I appreciate you so much and your time. Love, I have not heard that statement specifically, disrupting, what that looks like across the board right now. But you're right, it's something that's necessary, and it absolutely is the vision of Walmart, to help people save money so we can live better. I know we've said it, and I'll say it again and again, because that is the vision. And so excited you shared that. It's a first for me. I get a lot of the same answers with that question, but you gave me a brand new one. So I'm so excited. Anything else that you want to add or say to anyone?
I'm just really excited for this opportunity to share what Walmart has to bring to the table from their health and wellness business for both optical and pharmacy. And as we continue to move forward in our clinics and our point of care testing, it is just an amazing time to be part of Walmart Health and Wellness. So I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, man, we thank you so much for being on the show. And I know that you have so much to be working on right now. The weather isn't great up there. And so I know that you've got a lot of different people to check in on and see. So our thoughts and prayers are with you, those individuals. So definitely pass that along from Oklahoma. We're in it too, kind of right now as well. But thanks so much for your time, Colleen, and we just really appreciate you making some space today to talk about these things and to come on the show. Hey, everyone, just wanting to thank you so much for watching this episode of Rise Together. As always, you can watch this whole episode and so many more on YouTube, Facebook, as well as listening on podcasts through our different audio channels, SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes. So many different opportunities for you to find it. Make sure you give it a listen. If you like it, hit the like button and share with somebody that needs to hear this. All of our health and wellness friends, you need to pass this around. I'm just saying, this was a good one. So again, thanks very much for coming, and can't wait to see you next week.